We are here for F1 in Ero Season 12. And this season has got quite a lot more interesting. Since the grid reveal, we've had even more top drivers sign up. And today, or should I say within the last half an hour, we have had Faye and Mickey from Veloz Academy sign up. We have also had Tez Kuba Wozniak, Luca Wallstall. I don't know what he's doing here. Um, so we should be going any minute now. And just to show, this is the grid. This is like unbelievable. We have Giovanni and Raphael in the Red Bull. We have Aero greats Ken and Vilzu in the Ferrari. We then have Kuba Wozniak and Frank in the Mercedes. Heinz and Carlos Torres in Alpine. Luca Wallstone and Xavier Mack in McLaren. F7 R Flotman and Veloz Academy Fia McKee. Then Panguri in Nassim and Aston. Luke Mills is the only Haas. And then we've got TF10 Enzo and TF10 David in Williams. And then Unai Vega and Noise in AlphaTauri. This is going to be interesting. So what I'm just hoping here is because of the sheer size of this grid and like the names in the grid, I am kind of scared that we might see something negative here. So, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting grid, as you can see. Of course, Ero is now crossplay in all tiers, so we are seeing PlayStation and PC people come up against each other. On this whole grid, there is a total of, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 PC and 10 PlayStation. So this will be very interesting to see the balance. So, first driver out is TF10 Enzo. So Enzo, first driver out on track, followed by Fee McKee, and we then have Raphael, and then Flopman, Enzo Tabani, followed by the other Red Bull of Giovanni, and then the Aston Martin of Nassim and Williams of David, closely followed behind. That's braking board's already been taken out. Please, people, don't be doing this. Please. Please be taking this. I bet Carlos Tevez has spinned it. Right, so he spinned it on a straight. You see something new every day. Anyway, going back up to Enzo, because Enzo is of course the driver first on track right now. I'm just hoping that this race is taken seriously by these top guys like Fien McKee, Luca Wallstall, Cuba, because they have only just signed up. So I'm really just hoping here that they're taking this seriously. So it will be Enzo starting his lap first, followed by Fien McKee, and then then Alpine Racing Rafael Bieler. So Enzo is starting first, so we're going to run on board with him for the lap. So going into turn one, you want to be braking just before the 100 meter braking board, going down into third gear, of course hitting the apex, and then you want to shift up to fourth and go into fifth, right the curb, round turn two, and then of course open up the DRS to then go into turn turn 4, sorry, and then entering sector 2. Currently Enzo has a 28.613 first sector as he goes round turn 5, 6, 7 and into turn 8, where we might see a lot of overtakes today. We'll have to wait and find out. Of course, going down to third gear in that corner, then round turn 9 and into turn 10, where drifting is the optimal line through that corner, and then opening up DRS for the third and final time on this lap, going down the back straight into turn 11, in which then you go round turn 12, entering sector 3. Enzo currently has a 1 minute 6.371 as he goes round turn 13, and then he's got the back straight leading into the final two corners, turn 14 and turn 15. The question is Enzo going to nail these corners, and will he be faster than the drivers behind? Well, Enzo comes across the line. It's a 28.130, but followed closely is Fien McKee, who sits at 28.117, followed by the Red Bull of Rafael Bieler at 27.8. And then it is Flopman behind Enzo Tabani, who is going to set a 27.974 banker, followed by the other Red Bull of EPL Giovanni, who's going to go P5 with a 28.236. What's funny to mention as well, the pole yesterday in F2 was a 28.2, so we've already saw 4 drivers go faster than pole yesterday, which is very interesting. We have David Fernandez setting a 26.50. We've got IRT Frank 28.456. We've got Harry Nuns a 28.206. We've got Luke Mills a 28.719. Followed closely is Pangri, who is starting a lap, I believe. And then there is Kale. I wonder what Kale is going to be able to do around the final corner. It looks like it's going to be a 29.399. Definitely mistakes in that lap, though. Definitely be improvements, and now it's Unai Vega who is on hard tyres on an invalidated lap time. Not entering the pit lane. It is oh yeah, he did say he wasn't going to do qualifying. I've just remembered that. So I think all Unai is just doing here is getting practice. He said he was really slow, so he's not going to do qualifying. So that might be the reason for him. Anyway, I'm just trying to see who is on laps here, as it's kind of difficult. Of course, Lucas is driving off track to avoid the traffic, which is of course allowed in the rules as long as no braking boards get taken out. Vilzu, Vela Pyronen is on an invalidated lap, unfortunately, but it looks like he might be going again because he has like backed out. Plus, he's got the ERS, so yeah, I think he's going to be going again. No, he's not. He's diving into the pit lane. Kuba Wozniak is going to be on the lap soon. However, he is here, just entering sector 2 now. Carlos Torres said his wheel went off. So, yeah, everyone is in the pits, of course, after setting their first laps. Pangri did end up setting a lap time, and that did put him P10 with a 28.922. But, yeah, very interesting to see just the top rankings so far. A lot of fast drivers, of course. 27.834 in a banker is quite an incredible lap from Rafael, and of course, I think we definitely will see a lot faster. So, of course, only 11 drivers have set lap times so far. But of course, we should see everyone setting lap times, of course, except for Carlos Torres and I believe Unai Vega as well. Anyway, right on board with Cuba, who is on a lap. He is just opening up DRS for the second time on his lap, going down into turn 4. Of course, he is a reserve driver. He is in the Mercedes. So, yeah, he's in the Mercedes. David has gotten a grid place penalty for illegal blocking. I think that's just with a Ferrari behind him of Velzu by the looks of things. So that's going to force a restart. So let me... So I'm just having to type in the announcement chat. There's going to be a restart after. At F1. So, and there's Cooper Wozniak going even faster. He beats Rafael 27.776. Incredible lap there by him. It's just so... That's what, 5 times faster than F2 pole time yesterday? We now have 5 drivers, maybe 6, maybe 7 who've went faster. There's Giovanna also picking up a grid place penalty. That's just him trying to start a lap time and he's picking up one. But yeah, this Enzo Tabani on a lap, we're going to ride on board with him because, of course, Enzo Tabani Flotman is the young prodigy, I guess you could call him, in the F1 esports scene. He's 14, he's French. I raced against him here in Ero 4 seasons ago in Bahrain. My first ever race off of assists. And pretty much the 2 people who I was fighting against was Prime Vilzu, who is Vili Pyronen, and Enzo Tabani. Those were the 2 I was battling the whole entire race, and then look where Enzo is now. He's basically one of the top PlayStation drivers on the whole entire platform, and he's still 14. He's got a very bright future ahead of him, for sure. The question is he up on his lap time? Because, of course, he needs around 2.5 temps to go provisional pole position currently. He is up on his lap time, but it is only less than... it's just around a 10.5. So a 10.5 will be a significant improvement for him, as Enzo has went faster. He's up into P3 with a 27.960. But going back to Enzo, what is he going to be able to do? It's going to be a 20... 27.852. It is slightly faster, but it's only P3. Is that as an improvement there from Vilzu as he goes P9, but there is Luca Wallstall going even faster, 27.724. It's an incredible lap time there. It's now a Tez 1-2, which is interesting to see. Giovanni, I believe, is on a lap right now. Oh no, he's finished his lap, sorry. He went up to P6 with a 27.993. However, Fian McKee is on a lap time, and he is nearly 3 tenths up on his lap time. So right now, it is going to look like maybe a P3, P4 for Fian on his second run, of course, but round the final 2 corners of turn 14 and turn 15 across the line, can he go even faster than the others? Yes, he can. It's a 27.765. It's going to put him in between the two Tez drivers, and he is going to be just around 400ths of a second off of pole position currently. He goes ahead of Cuba by a 100th of a second, as I'm just looking to see is anyone like set faster lap times. Look, Mills did go faster. He's in P9. Quite a few of these drivers at the back have not set lap times. I know Zach Veermack had disconnected from the lobby. Unai Vega isn't planning on doing laps, but I don't know what's happening with Nassim and Noise. Sorry, people, just having to deal with a little thing. So, Enzo Tabani has retired. Is that in the pit lane? I think it is. Enzo Tabani has retired in the pit lane. Sophia McKee is back into the pit lane now. So, most of the drivers now will be coming out of the pit lane to begin their final lap times. This grid is so stacked. Plus, we've got quite a few missing today as well. A lot, and I mean a lot of top drivers. This F1 grid is honestly incredible. Like, we have Carlson, ATX Carlson missing. We have Matthew Bassett missing. We have Colin Mesman missing. We have Harrison Holmes missing. We have RCR Matsoso missing. Like, this grid is incredible this season. Vega now retires. He is planning on starting from the back as well, I believe. Noise is on an outlap right now. Noise is reigning F2 champion this season. He wants to try stay in F1 to compete with these top guys. Noise is on controller, I believe. Maybe one of the only controller drivers on this grid. I'm not exactly sure. I know Panos is, Pangri, and I know Noise is. And I'm pretty sure most, if not all the rest, are on wheel. But anyway, Noise is the only driver on the lap right now. But he has some immense traffic happening here. And let's hope that he does not get blocked. As thankfully that Alpine, whoever that is, has went off track, so he doesn't get blocked just yet, but we're going to ride on board with him as he opens up the DRS for the second time. He's going down into turn 4. He has a Ferrari ahead of him. I see Rakener Vilzu, hopefully no blocking there. A few struggling moments here from Noise. It's a bit of weaving, a bit of power voltage. He's just trying to learn when and where to place the power down. The Williams, thankfully, just getting out the way there. Noise currently, I mean, I can't even tell what time he is right now up on his lap time because he hasn't set a lap time yet. But this traffic is going to be absolutely chaos. Of course, we are having a restart after this session, so let's hope that doesn't cause as much chaos. Of course, the qualifying order matters a lot in this situation, as Noise currently has a 1 minute 6.9 in the middle sector. But of course, this is going to be his one and only lap, as he done the whole of last season in F2, and he ended up winning the championship doing this, only one lap in qualifying, as Noise has had a massive moment out of the last corner. But what is he going to be able to do? It's going to be P14 for Noise. I wonder if he's realised that now if he's in F1, he might have to do a few more laps, as he stopped on track. Let's hope he's not doing that on purpose. No, he's not. He's just letting all the drivers past. So the next driver who's on the lap is a Red Bull, and it is Giovanni. So we're going to ride on board with Giovanni. It is then one of the Aston Martins, Nassim or Panos. It is Panos. So we head back up to Giovanni, who is the first driver currently on a lap time. I know Nassim and a few others are on lap times currently. Kuba Wozniak has retired. That is just in the pit lane, I believe. So he will be starting from P3 at the highest. As that Veermack retires in the pit lane, he unfortunately only just joined back because of a connection issue. So yeah, Luca Walsall is also in the pit lane. He is not going again. So who knows, we could potentially have another driver on pole position here. As Fame McKee is also now dived into the pit lane. So he will not be on pole position, so there's a potential pole position chance here for the likes of Raphael or many other drivers. Nassim is goes up into P8 as we ride on board with Giovanni, currently a 10th up on his lap time. What is he going to be able to do is the question, because a 10th could promote him one, maybe two positions. So what is it going to be in the end? As he comes across the line now, it is going to be a 27.7. It's P2 for Giovanni. That's came out of nowhere, and he's nearly took pole position from Luca Walstall. But let's see the rest of the drivers, because we've still got a few to cross the line. We've got Harry Nuns next. P7 it is for him. And then we have a Red Bull of Raphael, who might be the last driver to challenge here for pole position. Can he do it? No, he's going to stay P5, and Ken is going to be the last driver. I don't believe he improves any positions. So, after all that, we have Luca Walstall from his second lap on pole position. Wow, what a qualifying session that was. As look at the gaps within nearly half a tenth between the top four, consisting of 3 PC drivers and 1 PlayStation. Important to note that 1 PlayStation. So we are having to force a restart, unfortunately. Harry has shown that he invalidated a 27.5 on his second lap time. As I have 10 Discord pings. So yeah, we are going to be forcing a restart. I just need drivers to only retire. Let's just see if there's any comments been made in the Ero YouTube chat, because okay, so unfortunately this won't be the true lights out and away we go, because of course we're having a restart, and here is how you tell that there is a restart. Pure fun here. There's somebody definitely going to be taken out. Raphael's doing a nice little donut. Fee and McKee just has not went. A lot of the drivers are just leaving the session, although I clearly said retire, don't leave. So, oh, Frank, please, man. Oh, Frank left the session. So let me just quickly get the qualifying results for Ken, because of course Ken, thank you Ken, for cooperating throughout this chaos and not losing the head at them. So here is the qualifying results. Send that to... Right, so... let me... add photo. There is the qualifying results. So we just need to find out who left. So we have the two marks. So we have Frank, we have Zach, we have Cuba, we have Luke Mills, sorry, I'm trying to not vibe to the lobby music, but so 4 drivers need to rejoin the lobby. Oh. So 2 more drivers just to join. And then, let's see. Oh, this is. I'm sorry to everyone. This is just. It's been so chaotic because a lot, and I mean a lot of these drivers have signed up basically within the last half an hour before. Yeah, like the drivers basically signed up within half an hour before F1 race time begins. So, like, quite a bit of chaos because of that. And you could maybe say it's good chaos. I wouldn't really say it is, though. Anyways, let's focus on the race, shall we? We just need the one more driver of Kuba Wozniak. Then grids need to be sorted, and then yeah, so Kuba Wozniak needs to join, and then qualifying needs to get turned off, and it needs to be made clear. So we should be going very soon, I hope. I just want to have a little check or something. Oh, so he's actually left the party, right? Lobby settings. Thank you, Ken. Imagine if we get rain. I would. Really hope we don't. So we should be going. Very soon. Let's hope. Look. So we're just getting Cuba back in. He's added Ken, so hopefully he should be back in a minute or two. Grid is completed, I also believe. So Cuba's in. So so we're just waiting.
I hate bush covers.
As we can see, some people having a nice little flicker dance. We've got Nassim and Raphael having a little the ready flicker. We're just waiting for the green light from Ken with the grid. We've got everyone doing it now. Frank's doing it, Raphael's doing it, Nassim's doing it. Everyone's having a nice enjoyment of the flickering. I think that's it, because as you just saw, everything went. Everyone's ready. Disappeared. I think grids are done. I'm hoping they are. How do I check if grids are done? It's one of these settings, right? Someone left. Oh, and Enzo Sabaton just left. From connection issues. Oh, wait, no, he hit spectate, never mind. He hit spectate. Enzo hit spectate, so we just need Enzo to... There we go. We should be going, I hope. Ken is typing. So, where we're going, thankfully. We're finally ready. It's took us a while, but of course that's bound to happen, so yeah, we're ready. So we're going. I'm just giving a little reminder to the drivers to remind setups, because I do have a feeling that one or maybe two will forget. Let's just hope no one does, because I wouldn't want to see that chaos. So, here we go. It's race time in Ero F1 Season 12. Of course, not at the time which we would have wanted, and of course, not with what has happened. But this was bound to happen, to be honest, with the level of the drivers we have and just, general chaos, I guess you could say. Anyway, we should be going any second. We're just waiting for Luke Mills, who seems to not be loading in. Of course, I gave the reminder for setups, so let's hope people actually remember the setups. There's no grid penalties, so this is it. This is it. This is the time. I'm trying to think back to last season, because if anyone didn't know, last season Bahrain was the fourth, or it was like the third final race, and Carlson ended up winning F1, and I'm trying to remember his strategy. I think there was a safety car, so actually it might not work entirely. Anyway, let's not care about that, because we're caring about the race, which is happening here, because last season was last season. It wasn't crossplay. This season is completely new. It's crossplay, and we have some of the best drivers on the F1 game racing in the tier. So, it is time. We're just waiting for the drivers to all ready up, and we should be seeing the lights very, very soon. In a few seconds, I hope, because I would love to see the lights go underway here in Ero F1 for Season 12. Of course, for anyone who doesn't know, Ero F1 this season is €650 in the prize pool. P1 gets a Camus Racing C5 bundle, wheel and pedals. Let's forget that, because here we are with 5 lights in Ero Season 12 F1. And it's pedal to the metal, lights out, and away we go. Who's going to get the better start at the front is the question. As Luca and Giovanni are side by side, and Flopman is getting forced out wide, but who is going to be in the lead? And it's going to be Luca, but then closely followed behind is Fian and Giovanni as they are side by side. And then there is Flopman fighting with Giovanni now for the P3 position. He got past Kuba Wozniak, and it's chaos with the Alfa Romeos both trying to make moves. And there's a slight error there from Flopman, and now he is side by side with Giovanni, but let's quickly get up the tyres, because I think the tyres here is completely different. Yeah, Flopman is on the softs as he sent it on Fian, but it's not clearly worked because there's been contact, and a bit more contact. That is someone spun round at the back, and I believe that is RCR and Nassim spun round at the back. As there's a lot of people trying to make moves. The Mercedes is spun round. Who's that? That's Kuba Wozniak. He potentially wing damage there, because he seemed to go just a bit too deep into the corner, just a bit too fast. And now Flopman trying to gain this P1 position from Luca Wallstall, and he has done it with the superior grip. He's managed to get past. It's an incredible move there. It's just interesting to see there's only 2 drivers on the grid who are not on the hard tyres, which is David and Flopman. And Flopman is now weaving and causing a lovely train swerve throughout this grid. But going into lap 2, it's Enzo Tabani in P1, but he's absolutely draining the ERS. He's on 40%, 30%. He's draining the life out of his battery, because he probably wants to try drop these drivers behind as quick as he possibly can, would be my guess. As the 2 drivers at the back of Noise and Nassim are both in the pits. Nassim retires from the session. Noise is just in the pit, maybe to repair a front wing. David is fighting side by side here. We're seeing a 3 wide between the 2 Williams and the Red Bull, and it's going to be Giovanni and no, sorry, Enzo and Rafael, and then Cuba and Giovanni fighting. Rafael manages to get past Enzo, but we're still seeing Cuba and Giovanni go side by side, in which Cuba has managed to get ahead of the Red Bull versus the Mercedes. This is a bit of fighting here at the back. It's Luke Mills and Frank. That is Carlos Torres spun round, I believe. That would be correct. Ken has also unfortunately been spun round. Just quite a few incidents. It's quite unfortunate at this moment of time. But as you can see, Enzo Tabani has absolutely gapped the drivers from behind. As I believe that is David having been let by Enzo Sabaton there. They will definitely be working together in the Williams because of course they're the same East West team, but David is round and Enzo has been collected in the incident. It's unfortunate for both Williams because David has lost positions. There's front wings flying everywhere. Enzo Sabaton is now being swarmed by the drivers because he's got front wing damage. His left wing is gone, I believe, and he's staying out. Yeah, the left end plate is gone off of that Williams, but he's going to continue out and continue racing despite all the fighting. It's the two Red Bulls. Rafael getting let past by Giovanni. Unfortunately, Ken has retired from the session. Let's hope he just doesn't leave so that there's no issues with the lobby. Although there is no one here PS4, so hopefully there shouldn't be many issues if he does decide to leave the session. But David is in the pit lane. Fortunately, he has picked up wing damage in those instances. Una Vega is also in the pit lane. He's on to fresh medium tyres now. This is a bit of fighting here, and it's a bit of contact, and it's a spinner. And that is Luke Mills, the only Haas driver on the grid this round. I believe it was contact with one of the drivers. Not entirely sure who. But massive gaps are beginning to form in the front field, and it's clear that this P2 to P7 train here is the top drivers. Of course, we still count Enzo Tabani, but he's on softs, so he is going for a very interesting strategy compared to the rest of the field here. I wonder if this actually will work out for him or not. It'll be interesting to see. That might be a warning actually picked up there from Enzo Tabani. Anyway, what we have to look out here is P2 because, of course, Fian has DRS and he has slipstream on Luca Wolstall, and he has gotten past. So it is now Alfa Romeo, or Sauber, I guess you could just call it, 1-2 as it stands. But this top 7 train is definitely going to be very interesting. Of course, Frank sitting quite comfortably in P8 right now. Vilzu gaining on the back of the drivers. He sits in P9. Enzo trying to hold on with the wing damage. That's a driver off in the gravel, and that is Zach Veermack. He was fighting with Carlos Torres there. I don't think Carlos caused that though. I hope. I love this P2 to P7, and to be honest, I think I might watch this most of the race. Because it's our top PC drivers, plus 10 PlayStation drivers as well, of Fian McKee, Luca Wolstall, Harry Nuns, Kuba Wozniak, Rafael Bieler, and then Giovanni Kennis, all being the P2 to P7 drivers. As they're all staying within that 1 second range as it stands right now. And actually, they're the only drivers getting DRS in this current stage, because everyone else behind has is outside of the 1 second range. Although Vilzu might have just gotten DRS from Frank. Yeah, he did. Vilzu managing to just get DRS there off of Frank, so that'll be a nice interesting battle there between P8 and P9. Is there any moves at the front though is the question between Fian and the rest? I don't believe so. What's interesting to note as well, I'm pretty sure this P2 to P5 here, PC drivers, are all in the same VC together, which is very interesting because Harry said Fian and Cuba are in the same VC, and I'm guessing Luca Walsall is as well. So these two, so second, third, fourth and fifth are all in the same VC. Of course they can't work together because that's against the rules, because of course they're all in different F1 teams. But then of course you have Rafael and Giovanni closely following behind who can work together. Same Oh! Enzo Tabani's round! And that is a shock. I did not see that coming. Enzo Tabani has spun out of turn... I don't know what turn that is. I think it's turn 9 or turn 10. But Enzo Tabani is spun and is now down to P9. Oh my goodness. So now it's a top 6 train for P1. With Fee and McKee now taking P1 in this race. Wow. I did not see that coming from Enzo. He's drifting all around the place. The softs are just not working for him. Look, he's struggling so much. He's in the pit lane. Is he... I don't think he's going to retire, is he? I got it. Oh my goodness, he's retired. Whatever's happened to him, he's gave up. Enzo Tabani is out of this race. Wow, I did not expect that, but there is a bit of fighting here going on. Enzo Sabaton and Pangri fighting for P9. Some friendly battling here, I hope, between these two. Maybe slight internet issues, I don't think so. And Pangri is past. Vilzu also managed to get past Frank as well for that P7 position, which will be quite a lot of points in the end of this race, because of course in Ero we have a different point system. Top 12 get rewarded points, as there has been a move. Raphael Bieler has managed to get past Kuba Wozniak, and maybe a mistake from Kuba, I wasn't entirely sure. But Raphael now up into P4, he gets the move done, which is just very interesting to see there. But this is going to be a very interesting top. Luca Wallstone managed to get past Fiend McKee. I did not see that, and I'm sorry. But yeah, that move happened. Luca Wallstone back up into the lead of the race. Harry stuck in out of the slipstream so he doesn't get past them, because of course there's a bit of contact there between Raphael and Cuba, just with the drivers all slowing down. Of course that is right there. Potentially Fiend trying to get past here. Nah, it's just him going out wide so he didn't have to. But yeah, this top 6 is very interesting. Giovanni nearly falling off the back. He's kind of struggling at this current rate, but of course he's still within that 1 second gap, and there is a send from Cuba. Cuba sent on Raphael. He's trying to get the move done. Has he been able to, though? No, he isn't. And he's causing Raphael to make mistakes. There's a bit of drifting going on down into that corner. I did say there was going to be drifting, and as you can see, there definitely was. Fian doing a nice little wave to us there on the camera. Of course, just breaking the toe, but it wasn't exactly what I expected. That was Enzo Sabaton, picked up a 3-second time penalty back in the P10 position. That is also Carlos Torres trying to get the move done to Zach Veermack, and there's a spin from Carlos Torres. He's went too deep into the corner there and has clipped the curb, unfortunately, and that is him round under his battle with Zach Veermack. Unfortunate there for him, but we have to go back to the front, where we're probably going to see a move for the lead here from Fian McKee on Luca Wallstall. Are we, though? Because he is lifting. It does not look like it. Is there going to be a move from the others? Whoa, Kuba Wozniak is getting very close to the rear of Raphael Bieler here. He's very close to wanting to get moved done. Enzo has retired. Enzo, I believe, did have damage. That maybe would make sense to why. Vilzu has spun. He was in the battle with Frank. Maybe a little bit of contact there and a spin for Vilzu is going to drop him behind Pangri now, unfortunately. Still in P9 though, so still a high amount of points available for Vilzu. I cannot believe we are only 8 laps into this race. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting rest of the race for sure, as of course it is a pretty clear top 6 here. There's definitely something happened between Frank and Vilza, because Frank is now 9.3 seconds behind the top six. Yeah, there definitely has been an incident of some sort between the Mercedes and the Ferrari, as Panos is looking to potentially try get past Frank at some point here, but we just have to watch out for this top six, because yeah, this is getting interesting as it stands right now. Let's look back to the front with Luca Wolstall. Will we potentially see any moves round these corners is the question, as it does not look like it, but we always have to watch out Kuba Wozniak, because you never know with him. It's a little rear lock for him, and he does slightly go off the line through the first few corners, but he recovers well from it. Nothing major, we would have to say, at that moment. There's just such close racing between this top six, and this is what we love to see in league racing. Also, clean racing is what we love to see as well. Yeah, these top six definitely are going to cause a bit of interesting racing towards the end. Frank is falling massively behind to these drivers, maybe damage, although I think it's just the driver's pace at the front, because the top six are so incredibly fast that, I mean, I don't know, not entirely sure. I wouldn't have thought though they would have gained a second in a lap to the drivers behind, but oh well, it's happened. This top six are nearly all within a second and a half of one another, which is just incredible here, as it does include the two Red Bulls. So currently, constructors-wise, Red Bull are looking good, but of course, with overall points, Luca Wolstall is in the best position as it stands. Will we see any moves now is the question. I'm just looking at the ERS differences just to see. Are we going to see anything? I don't believe we are. Raphael maybe on Harry Nuns. Oh, there's contact between them, and that's going to force Cuba and Raphael now to go side by side. Oh, it's a bit of wheel banging. It's not what we'd like to see. Raphael might try to get past here, but I don't think he's going to try yet. Oh, he's going to look, but nothing's going to happen. But then also Harry Nuns and Finn McKee are now fighting for the P2 position. Is Harry going to get ahead? It's very close. But Harry's up into P2, but we might see a send here from Finn. No, we don't, but we see a send from Cuba. Cuba's going to look for the P3 position. He just got past Raphael, and now Cuba is up into P3. Even Harry's sending it on Luca. We're getting some entertaining racing here now from the top four drivers, who are all sitting in the same voice chat with one another. Harry's saved 100% of his ERS somehow throughout this whole entire race. So is Luca Wolstall, so is Finn McKee, and so have pretty much the rest of the drivers as well. But the top six still remains, just in a very shuffled order, with now the British driver of Harry Nuns taking the lead of the race, followed by Luca Wolstall and Kuba Wozniak. That is some very interesting racing on that lap there. Lap 10, very, very eventful. We can note that down. But I'm sure we will see maybe a few moves here. Yeah, there goes Luca Wolstall, just uses a bit of ERS. He wants that lead again from Harry, and he gets that done. Finn McKee having to defend from Raphael here. He is under immense pressure. We're also seeing Kuba Wozniak and Harry fighting ahead. It's close racing between Raphael and Finn here. They're still side by side, but it looks like Raphael is going to get ahead. He uses a bit of ERS. Finn not using any ERS, still on 100%. But yeah, Raphael up into P4 position. He gets ahead of the PC driver, the Veloz Academy driver of Finn McKee. Is he going to look for it here though? Yes, he is! Finn McKee with a send on Raphael. It's a pretty clean move if he can get the stun. He's using a bit of the ERS, which he has left over, but Raphael isn't going to give up yet, and he forces Finn McKee slightly on the curb. But it is going to be Raphael staying in P4, but he's having to burn the ERS because Finn wants the position. He's using the slipstream. Is he going to send it? Yes, he is. It's a very interesting corner to be looking for a move, as we are about to enter Sector 3, and they are still side by side. they're just doing themselves no favours here. Fane McKee still wants to fight this. He wants to get a bit of content for Ero and also himself. Maybe his TikTok if he wants. And has he got it? Yes, he has. Fane McKee is managed to defend the position he is passed and up into P4. Wow, we're getting some eventful racing now because, of course, these drivers are going to be pitting at some... What on earth is that? What are they? Okay. Lads. Harry sent it on Cuba. Oh my goodness, this is like good racing, but it's also bad racing because what were they doing going on the grass? Is anyone going to send it? Fian on Cuba at the back. It's going to be close between the two. Of course, this is for the podium. This is for P3. Looks like Fian's actually going to get ahead. Yeah, Fian's ahead, but Cuba looking for a switchback. Definitely going to send it here. I can just tell. Yep, there's a send from Cuba. He's slow on the apex though, and Fian is going to stay ahead. Giovanni also getting past Raphael. Maybe just Giovanni given a shot against these drivers ahead potentially. Jeez, I'm already losing my voice and we're only on lap 12. Oh, goodness, help me, man. Well, I'm just trying to, like, not talk so I can regain my voice, if that's possible, because my voice is pretty much gone. Please don't drive on the grass, lads. Thank you. Is Harry going to look for the lead? Yes, he is. He's going to send it on Luca Wallstall here. Is that Fian sending it? No. Just they're all a bit late braking, which of course makes sense. Pangri is flying. He is gaining to the drivers ahead. The gap was 10.5 seconds. It's now 9 seconds. And that's just because of the amount of fighting that these drivers have caused. Pangri and Frank are holding on to P7 and P8 quite nicely here as it stands right now. With Vilzu and Zach Veermack fighting for P9 and P10. Instead of fighting ahead, I need to go and watch this. Oh my goodness, look at this train. Fane McKee and Luca Wall still fighting side by side. They've now basically gave themselves neither DRS. Luca Wall still sends it on Fane McKee, but Fane McKee's going to keep the position. Fane McKee... Wait, they both have DRS. I don't know how that's possible. Are they still going to be side by side? Cuba Wozniak's going to make it 3 wide. Oh no, here we go. This is when we see one driver spin. Probably. Raphael sticking up on the... No, that's Giovanni sticking up on the inside. Oh my goodness, we've got two... I don't know where to look. We've got two wides. We've got 3 wides now. Giovanni having a massive moment. Beeler gets the overtake on him. Fane McKee's down to P4. Cuba Wozniak up to P2. But they're now out of the DRS range of Harry, and Fian is sending it on Luca Wallstall just because he feels like it, and he does get it done as well. But now they're going to go side by side again. Please, game, give me good camera angles because these fights are just going to continue and continue and continue, and I want to see them with the right camera angles. Drivers are driving on the grass. I don't know why. Cuba and Luca fighting side by side. It's closely followed behind by Raphael and Fian, who are also side by side. Fian is trying to keep the position from Raphael, but Raphael's putting the pressure on him quite immensely as well. Luca Wall still looking for a position. Fian is sending it on Luca, but now under compromise from Raphael. No, he keeps the position. Oh my goodness. We're halfway. Please, someone send help. Oh, help. Oh, so Harry is now using this battling which all happened to try fly away in the lead. And he's clearly doing so because he's managing to keep this 1.7 second gap. Cuba is trying to break the DRS to Luca Wallstall right now. I'm looking at the pit symbol. Luca's getting told to pit. So is Giovanni. So we might see now actually maybe an undercut from the McLaren and the Red Bull. Just gonna have to wait and see. Is Harry gonna go into the pit lane? No, he's not. Are the drivers behind? No, no one is. I thought it was too early, but I didn't want to say it if it was, not right. Pangri is now within 6.6 seconds. He's gained 2.4 seconds to the driver's ahead. That's just because of the amount of fighting which is going on. But to be honest, I'd want to see a top 8 battle here, because that would be very, very interesting. Would be very interesting, and I'd love to see that, to be honest. Geez, I can't believe these grids. To be perfectly honest, I can't believe that we've had all of these drivers sign up. Cuba, Luca, and Fiona in the last half an hour to an hour signing up just before the race. Even Will Gibson signed up. The man who quit the F1 community has also signed up. He'll be racing whenever he's available. He said he didn't want to race now, although he is available, because he got back at 3 a.m. and also it's Bahrain, which is fair enough. As United Vega has gotten a faster contemporary for crossing the pit lane exit. Well, unlucky Unite, you kind of, if you've crossed the pit lane line, it's a deserving away. Fian looking to get up into P3 here, past Luca. Before the final corner, there is contact, and Luca is now compromised. Are we going to see Raphael looking for a position here? He is very, very close to the rear of the Tez esports driver. He has the ERS turned on. He's going to be forced to take the outside line. Fian is up into P2, but here goes Cuba sending it on the inside. Luca Wallstall and Raphael still fighting side by side. The racing is keeping clean, which is what we love to see, of course, in ERO and in general racing, as Raphael and they are going to still stick side by side. Luca Wallstall nearly hitting Cuba there in the process. Are they still going to be side by side? No, they're not. It's going to be Luca Wallstall keeping the position in P4 for now, as Pangri and Frank both in the pit lane. Both decide to come in and only are in P11 and P12. Velzu also pitted 2 laps ago. Oh my goodness, I'm struggling. Hold on, I just need to this top 6 train is going to be so interesting. What's also going to be so interesting is when they pit, because now it's showing the pit signs for every single one of them. So it's now which they're going to be pitting. But the question is, who's going to undercut, who's going to overcut? Because there definitely will be drivers here who attempt an undercut. So let's watch Harry. Is Harry going to go into the pit lane now? No, he isn't. Is Fian? No. Are any of them? No, none of them are. They're all just staying in the DRS lane, which is fair enough. Look at Wallstall. Getting past Cuba, Wozniak. But Cuba probably going to send it here. He doesn't. Whoa! Raphael does though! Oh my goodness, I did not expect that coming. Raphael tried to send it there. I think he's letting Giovanni by, potentially. Is he? The Red Bulls are fighting side by side. Raphael stays ahead. Interesting. Zach Viermak is in the pit lane. Also, Carlos Torres as well. That is Frank and Pangri fighting quite a lot here. Vilsa has got the undercut done on Frank and Pangri as well. He's in P8, doing a good race right now. Hello to the 14 viewers as well who are watching this Grand Prix. I hope you're having a lot of fun, as much fun as I am, because this grid is unbelievable, and I'm losing my voice. Rodgewell, yo, Luke went incoming. Depends if you're talking about... Oh yeah, you're talking about Luke Mills. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. And Ozan is saying, Cameron, why didn't you commentate F3? Who's going to commentate then? I am not the F3 commentator, Ozan. Commentator will be decided. I mean, we were supposed to have a trial commentator for F3, but he didn't show up. So, yeah. There will be a commentator for F3. There will be a commentator for every tier, because there is. Are any of the drivers in the pit lane yet? No. I think we're going to see drivers going hard soft here, which is going to be very interesting. Luca Wallstall goes past Fee McKee, and he sends I'd hope not. No, just some very late braking. Raphael is number 69. I've just saw that. Um, this top six staying the same as it is right now. Frank sets the fastest lap of the race. Very interesting. Faster than all of the top drivers as well. Of course, I know he's on fresh mediums and he's burned a lot of his ERS, but still, that's showing some very, very good pace here, Frank is. I mean, I guess you could say about the three drivers, Vilzu, Frank and Pangri. Vilzu is, of course, Vega is retired. Had a 5 second and he's fed into the pit lane. So, kind of understandable in a way there. Luke's just trying to carry on for as long as he can. Although he does know he's going to have to pit eventually and it'll be softs and he'll probably fall down to P11, P12 would be my guess. Harry has fallen massively though. The drivers behind now do have DRS. I could see them pitting now. Harry isn't in. Luka fakes it. None of them are. Wow. Yeah, we're seeing hard soft strategies here. Of course, we've had the restarts. Everyone now has fresh softs again. So, yeah. That's Unai Vega's car in the middle of the track. I don't know why that is. Anyway, we've got some fighting going on. Raphael and Cuba. Raphael sending it on Cuba for the P4 position. And also Giovanni also trying to take it. Both L-Plan racing drivers trying to get the positions. Oh, Giovanni maybe isn't left the room there. You can kind of consider it potentially. But Raphael goes up into the P4 position. He gets past Cuba. It's a nice move from him. Noise, man, please. Just retire. Thank you. Stop causing chaos, pretty please. Is all I asked for. So Harry out in the front, and then all these top six drivers closely followed behind. The race is getting very interesting. That is for sure. When are they going to pit though? Harry's off track, so is Cuba, and look at Wallstall here is gaining and gaining and gaining. I believe we might see them going now. Now might be the time. Yeah, now is the time for most of the drivers. Look at Wallstall crossed the pit lane line there, but he didn't go in, so it's fine. Fian was going to look for the move there, but he doesn't decide to. But look at Wallstall's drifting into the corners. Harry and Cuba have both went on mediums rather than softs. And Raphael's on softs. And Lucas stayed out. Go on, Luke! Luke wants some fighting. Oh, that's funny. Oh my goodness. Frank and all them have done the masterclass! They're all fighting here! Look at this! This is what we love! Frank and Vilzu and Pangri are within the fight with the top drivers. We're going to see a top 9 battle here for the rest of this race. Even a top 10 battle. Oh my goodness, that's someone round. It's Frank. A bit of contact, I believe, there. From someone. Frank's kind of been spun. Might be AI mode. I hope he isn't. I think he's went AI mode. Frank, don't go AI, please. Oh, close fighting between Vilzu and Cuba. This is some racing. And this is just Frank's left the session. He's disconnected. Hold on, give me a second. I need to see if I can invite Frank, if my game is going to allow me to. IRT. Oh, he's not online. I think Frank's completely went offline. The top 3 have pitted. Giovanni, Luca and Fion are all in. It's a matter of what tyres. Giovanni's on mediums. Luca's on softs. Fion's on mediums. Wow! Right, so watching Harry. Luke is just moving to the side. He's just wanting to get involved in some fighting, which is fair enough, to be honest. Harry goes back up into the lead of the race. Fian and them haven't done the best of strategy decisions here because they're now coming out to chaos. Cuba trying to get a switchback on Fian here. If he can get that, that's a beautiful switchback. Oh my goodness, he's actually got it done as well. Vilzu and Luca Wallstall. Who would have thought we saw this battle? Even Pangri and Giovanno is a battle. Oh my goodness, we have a top 9 battle. Oh, this is what we love. This is what we love to see. A top 9 battle, of course. You can maybe count Luke. Luke's forcing Raphael off track and everything. Luke is helping Harry as much as he can here. As Raphael sent in this massive contact between the two. Oh, and Luke spun. Right. That's unfortunate, Luke. I'm sorry. He has to still pit as well. He might go out of the points. Oh my goodness, he's going to defend Zach Fearmack and Frank. Oh my goodness. Giovanno and Pangri fighting here. Are they all within DRS? No, Raphael has a 2.2 second gap to Harry. That is because of Luke's help. Zach Fearmack gets past Luke there. That was a spin, wasn't it? Oh, it was David at the back. Whoops. Harry does set the fastest lap of the race. He is just flying away with it right now. Giovanni manages to get past Pangri. He's also going to send it on Vilzu here. I can just tell. Here goes Giovanni. Oh, there's a bit of contact, I think. Giovanni could be considered there. Not really, though. They're both flashing. Is there going to be a send? Yes, there is. Giovanni and Vilzu. Who's going to get it done, though, is the question. And it looks like Giovanni's going to get the move. Giovanni's up into P6, but he is 2.2 seconds to the drivers ahead. Raphael is sitting in a very comfortable position. Not even comfortable, a very nice position, I should say. Because, of course, he's on those softs. Softs might not be the greatest, though, at the end of this race. Oh, we're just going to have to wait and see. This is going to be a chaotic last few laps of the race. I'm sure it'll get very interesting. Also, can my phone please charge? It's near dead. And I've got on my charger and it's just not working. Right, so we've got DRS train from P2 to P5. And then we have Giovanni with Vilzu falling out of the DRS with Giovanni fighting with Pangri. Panos for P7. Which he does in fact go past. Oh, there's fighting between Cuba and Raphael here. I just managed to witness that. We have to watch this whole front now. Fian McKee is going to try to get the move on Cuba. He's even going to send on Raphael. I can just tell. Yep, here we go. Cuba. I mean, not Cuba. Raphael and Fian. Who's going to get the move done? It is going to be Fian, and now Cuba and Raphael side by side. We've got the beautiful helicopter angle. Oh, there's contact! They're both off the track! Is Raphael managed to recover? Yes, he has, but it is going to cause him a few positions. And Luca is also now falling behind. He's trying to get past Cuba Wozniak here. Near contact between them. This is Giovanni's nearly within DRS range. He's going to burn everything he has here to try to get in DRS. And Fian McKee now also has a beautiful gap. No DRS behind. Cuba and Luca fighting for who knows why. Yeah, look at these gaps. Harry's just chilling at the front. Harry did say, to be fair, at the start of the season, he wants to win the championship. And I said, well, I mean, if you even don't win, there's top 3 prizes. So, but he was like, no, I am winning. And he's here. Look, I have to ask, what are you doing? He's still going. Fighting between Cuba, Luca, Raphael, Giovanni. Raphael sending it on Luca. Gonna look for a switchback potentially. Here comes Giovanni. Giovanno's just stays behind Rafael though. It's the better decision there. Fian has fallen. He might have slowed down. I don't think he did though. But Harry's just flying away. And now Fian and Cuba are fighting. Even look at us sending it. Oh, Fian goes off. Fian's off track massively. Wow, wow, wow. Fian's away. Down into P4, maybe even P5, because Raphael's going to try to get involved here. I don't know where to look because there's so much battling happening. Fian getting the switch back on Raphael. Maybe a 3 wide happening. Oh my goodness. What on earth is happening here, lads? Please do not cause anything. Please. Please. We might see a 5 wide. I'm not even joking. We're going to see a 5 wide here. What on earth is happening? Oh my goodness. Holy flip. What is happening here? Right. ERS on, lads. Let's get going. Let's see some battling in lap 25 of 29 in Ero F1. Cuba defending from Luca. Defending from Giovanni. It's a 3 wide and a 2 wide. And there's 5 drivers fighting. And there's contact between all the drivers. It's still side by side between the 2 test drivers of Luca and Cuba. Who's going to get ahead? It's the question. They're still side by side. Giovanni is there. He wants to try and maybe get a position or 2. They're still side by side, Luca and Cuba. Is maybe a switchback here from Giovanni. No, he's going to try stick it. Maybe. I genuinely don't know what's happening here. Raphael sends on his own teammate. They're still going to go side by side. Raphael's... Oh my goodness. What is happening? This is just chaos. Cuba and Luca are still side by side. Boys, keep it going. This is great content. They're still side by side. The gap to Harry is now 11 seconds because of this battling which is going on. They are still side by side. They've went side by side for this whole entire lap. Even Raphael's tapping Luca because of the amount of battling which is going on. Oh my goodness. Even Vilzo and Pangri are in DRS range. We have a 2nd to 8th battle now. We have 7 cars fighting from P2 to P8. And we're seeing 3 rides, we're seeing 4 rides, we're seeing everything. And here we go. The chaos continues. Cuba, Raphael, Luca, Fian, Giovanni, Vilzo and Pangri all getting involved in the battling here. Of course, no one wants to cause DNFs. But we're very close to seeing one, I would have to say, because this is just pure chaos. Fian sending it on Giovanni, Vilzo and Pangri fighting for the P7, P8 positions. Cuba and Luca fighting for P2, P3. Fian still trying to get past Giovanni here. We might see a send. He's going to go try around the outside. Actually, no, we're going to see Cuba and Luca fighting again. Raphael closely following behind. Ain't no way Raphael's going to try this. Oh my goodness, I thought he was trying that. Oh, my voice. Help, please. Oh, my voice. Right. Still more battling. Harry has a 13.5-second gap. This is going to look like Harry absolutely dominated when people just need to watch the stream and actually see what happens, because we've had this for like 10 laps today and it's absolutely chaos, but it's a good chaos because this is F1, this is clean racing. Oh my goodness, wow. P2 to P8 DRS train for the final 3 laps of this race. Luca, Giovanni side by side. Cuba is also going to get involved now. Where are they going to go is the question. They're all defending the outside, the inside, everything you could think of. The 2 Red Bulls are going side by side. Luca and Cuba, the 2 test drivers, are going side by side. Fian is following behind the 2 Red Bulls. He's going to look potentially for a switchback and try to get the move on both of them. Here goes Giovanni, who's going to try to get the move done on Cuba. Potentially round the outside. Can he get it done though? Because then he's going to have Raphael on his inside. Giovanni is forced off track, but then Fian is on the inside of Raphael here through some very tricky corners. Fian going to look for the switchback. Then Fian probably going to send it here into the corner. Yes, he is. Another send from Luca and Cuba. Of course, they always love to fight through these corners, and they're going to continue going side by side here through these corners. And it's going to continue being chaos. It's Raphael and Fian also continuing side by side. Zach Veermack has even got involved into the DRS train. We have a P2 to P9 DRS train now. Is Fian and Raphael side by side, Giovanni and Luca side by side. Oh my goodness. Even Cuba fighting with Luca side by side. Giovanni's got Fian on his inside. There's a bit of contact. Oh my goodness, please. Although I would love to have this racing for the rest of the season, please, I don't want my voice gone by May time. Fian sends it on Giovanni. Giovanni struggles for traction. Raphael is there. That's, oh my god. Right, Luca, I'm sorry, but you kind of get that for driving on the grass, mate, because you don't drive on the grass. That's a 3 wide from Velzu. No! Don't start the bad driving now, lads, please. Oh, Velzu did a massive, massive send. Giovanni's also been spun around as well. Okay, it's all going to shambles in the last few laps. Oh, Pangre's in P4. How has this happened? Panos, do your thing, man. Raphael, Zach Veermack's even P6. How's this happened? Oh, I have no idea. Fian in P2. Luke's got a puncture in his tyres, most likely. Fian, Cuba side by side, followed by Raphael, Pangri, and then Zach Veermack, with then Luca Rosso, Giovanni, and Velzu all behind. Raphael and Fian side by side, Pangri and Raphael Bieler now side by side. Raphael might have a puncture. Raphael might have a puncture. Or unless he's just struggling massively with traction. Oh, that's front wing damage for Raphael. Ah, Zach Veermack just broke way too early. Oh my goodness. Raphael, please. Uh-oh. Please, lads! Flip's sake. Oh, here we go. Last lap. Bound to happen. Here we go. This is it. Let's see who's gonna finish P2 here. Yep. There we go. That's it. Yep. Right. Lovely. Luke has been disqualified for not pitting. Nice look. Although I would love to continue watching this racing. Harry. GG's, mate. 26-second gap. Of course you were involved in the fighting, and then, you know, nice and chill. Harry Nuns is winner in Bahrain with a 26-second gap in the first race of Season 12 in Ero F1. Giovanni and where's Fian went? Oh, they're side by side still. Fian, Giovanni into the final corner. Looks like Fian is going to be P2. Kuba Wozniak, Velzu. This is just chaos. Drag race to the line. Oh my goodness, 0.04 of a second between Cuba and Luca. Raphael ends up getting ahead of Carlos Torres because of penalties. Oh my goodness. Well, of course. Okay, so yeah, there's your results. Nice gap from Harry. Cooking as always. So yeah, Harry P1 followed by Fane P2 and so Harry, Fane, Giovanni. Pangri gets P4 in within all these drivers. P16 as well. Fair play. Cuba, followed by Luca Wolstall, Velzu, Zach Vermack, Rafael, Carlos, David, and Frank. Frank, unfortunately, disconnected. And then we have all the DNF drivers Noise, Una Vega, Enzo Sabaton, Enzo Tabani, Ken, Nassim, and Luke. Luke got disqualified at the end because the man tried to go the whole length of the race on the hards. And I mean, it did work for him. Let's just look. Warnings. Harry had one. Fane had one. Giovanni, none. Let me just go incidents. Just scroll down this, just so you're able to see. There's your full race results. Right. So thank you everyone. That's yeah. This is going to be chaos in the reports channel. Look at it on social medias because we will be posting there. But yeah, thank you everyone. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Next week, for anyone out there, is Mystery Grand Prix. So yeah, that'll definitely be a race to watch. Unfortunately, no interviews. But yeah, next week, Mystery Grand Prix. Watch out for that.